We're gonna practice the Tomonagi takedown. Okay? Tomonagi. I'm gonna show you what it looks like one time first, and then we'll start breaking it down step by step. Okay? Like that. Okay? So I'll explain to you what's happening with this takedown, and then we'll go step by step on how to approach what I just did. Okay? So the posture's really bent over in this situation. We're both really super bent over. This is really, really common. What you're looking to do is to get in this position right here. So watch. Right now I'm facing my partner. I'm gonna be on the ground, perpendicular to him, like this, here, with the bottom of my foot covering his belly button and my knee bent, and my head really close to his foot like this. And my arms are creating this twist. So I'm doing like this, using my arms, but also my leg on the ground is helping me kind of create this twist and coil him up, like this here. And then once I get this coil, I start to extend my leg in the belly and then bring my other foot in to kind of help encourage him to roll over the shoulder that I have trapped. See how he can't post this arm because I'm bringing this arm behind his back. Okay, so I'm looking to land in this position with this coil and then start to work with my feet to encourage him to roll over this shoulder, and then I can pull myself on top. Bam, like that. Okay? So that's what you're doing. You're getting underneath and you're doing this and then making them roll over this shoulder where they can't post. Okay? So we're gonna work just the entry first, and then we're gonna work the execution. Okay? First part of the entry is the pump. Okay? You're gonna pump him down, and then you're gonna pump him up and out over this leg. So it's gonna go down, and he's gonna resist that naturally because he doesn't want to just go into the floor, and then you're gonna pull him out and over that leg. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Like that. Okay? On the up, that's when you're bringing your other foot in and entering. Okay? So when I was practicing this, I learned this move from Jacob Flores. When he had us practicing this, we were just bringing our foot in and stepping, just to get used to that motion of transferring our weight into our front leg and getting ready to fall underneath the person. So watch. Down, up. But all my weight's in my right leg. See? Down, up. Notice I didn't stand all the way up. I see a lot of people when I teach this, they do this. You don't want to be tall because it's going to take you so long to get all the way back down there that he's going to defend the movement. You want to stay under, ready to get underneath him. So keep your posture low. Down, up, down. And then on the up, I'm gonna, instead of bringing my foot here, I'm gonna just bend my foot and aim it for his belly button, but I'm gonna try to get my head as close to his toe before my shoulders hit the ground, okay? So I'm gonna try to get my head as close to his foot by rotating before my shoulders hit the ground. So watch how I rotate, and then when I hit the ground finally, my head should be pretty close. One. You see how I kind of delayed that? I didn't hit the ground too soon where I'm way out here and there's all this friction and I can't get myself to that nice spot where I can create that effect I was talking about, that twist. Okay? That's the second thing people mess up the most, myself included. They fall too far away. They hit the ground too soon. So look, this is the wrong way to do it right here. I pump, I'm coming in. I pump, boom. I hit the ground way too early. I can't keep rotating. The ground is like a brake, right? It's slowing me down, okay? So I don't hit the ground until my until my head is right next to his toe, okay? Look. You guys see that? Super, super, very important, critical detail right there, okay? The last thing I would say is the most common way to mess this up, putting the foot on the belly too soon. Don't do this. This is not the guard pull we see where we do like this and then we sit. It's not that. This is the last thing to happen, okay? But pay attention to my foot. Pay attention to how I don't put it there right away. I'm kind of aiming it there. And as I go under and I get in position, bam, then I hit him with it at the very last second. It's not there the whole time, okay? It's just like pointing in that spot. Watch my leg. You see that? Kind of weighted a little bit on that too. Okay? So I want you guys just to practice these two sections, all right? The first one, super easy. Get in your bent over posture like this. You're gonna pump down, and then you're gonna pump out like that and bring your other leg in. But look how this leg is light. I still have all my weight in my right leg. Even though they're together, bringing this in is really just part of doing that, okay? So that's the first part. I pump down, out, out. The second one, you're gonna go all the way under and try to just create that twist without taking your partner down, okay? Down, out, down. And try to create that twist like that, okay? So I'm turning his arms, turning the collar, and I'm not quite extending my leg yet. I'm keeping it coiled so that when I do create all that tension, I can boom, boom, pop, and I have some energy left to give him, okay? So this is what I want you to do with your partner at first. Just the initial pump and foot replacement. 1, 2, pulling him out over his leg. 1, 2. When you get comfortable with that, don't stop here. Bring your foot up and try to get your head as close to his foot as you can and create that twist. 1, like that. Okay, just like that. All right? Practice this, and then we're gonna execute. Okay, any questions? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what are your questions? I know you guys have questions. What are your questions? Foot placement. Foot placement, okay, good question. Foot placement.
You have a question?
That was your question?
No.
You have a question? Okay, he's actually gonna ask. He was gonna wait until we're like, okay, let's go, and then he's gonna ask me. Right? That's what they always do. Any questions? No, and then dozens of questions. Okay, foot placement is gonna be aim for the middle. Like, I think about putting it right above the knot of their belt, like this, okay? But anywhere on the knot around here is gonna be perfect. You just want to be able to control his hips and have his hips bent over your foot. The other leg, you want it on the ground at first to help you like kind of shrimp into that twist, right? If I have my grips and I'm falling underneath, I'll use this foot on the tee, I'm posting it to create that twist. But then once I'm ready to start launching him over this shoulder, once I've got that nice twist and I can feel he wants to go over, I'm gonna start extending my leg in the belly, and then I'm gonna bring my other leg into assist because I don't need any more mobility at this point. I need help guiding him to his back, right? And this is gonna be really important once you start doing this full speed because they're gonna be encouraged to go towards this side. This will happen a lot, where you'll go to load them and they'll go like this to the side where they have that hand. So you're gonna use that other leg to kind of like point guard that side and just boom, stop them and guide them to this side, okay? So once I'm finished doing my twist, if he starts to go to that side, I'm assisting, look. See, I just bring it in and I just use my toes to sort of guide him over that point and then pull myself on top, okay? So foot placement is cover his belly button with the bottom of your foot, keep your leg bent so you have that pop at the end when you need it, and then your other leg is gonna be on the ground just long enough to help you create that torque in his body, that twist in his body, and then when you start extending and trying to actually dump him, you're gonna bring that other leg in to help make sure he goes to his back, okay? Yes?
And also, adding to the foot placement, also the foot placement when standing.
Yes, foot placement with standing. Okay, so this is gonna work best when you're kind of almost bladed off to his right leg, like this. So see how our right legs are lined up? If I'm like this, where my right leg is on the other side of his body, it's gonna be so far for me to get that close to his leg that I might not get there before he just settles. I wanna be like lined up or in the middle, okay, with my right leg forward. I don't wanna be square, and I don't want my right leg forward, but too far to this side of his body, okay? I wanna be more towards this side, okay? Now, what I want you guys to do, this is gonna require your partner to help you finish. We're gonna finish the technique, but your partner's gonna do it for you, okay? So all I want you to do is enter and create the twist, and then stop with your foot on the belly. So could you do that on me too? So they're not gonna finish, they're just gonna enter, create that twist, and then stop. Nice, just like that. And then you're gonna roll over your shoulder for them, so they can feel what it's like and the direction they need to take you. And then you're slowly gonna stop rolling so much, and they're gonna more help you roll, and eventually they're gonna be doing it themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what'll happen is they'll go for it full speed, and it won't go in the right direction, okay? It'll go towards the arm. So I want you guys to just basically, you're here, I want you to roll over your shoulder just like we were doing this drill here. Just like that, like we do to warm up. You just roll over one shoulder. Just like that. Tuck your head to one side, roll over your shoulder. So I'm gonna enter, stop, and then he's gonna roll. And then I'm gonna pull myself up. That's a bad roll. That's okay. Here, go one more time. So I'm gonna show you exactly the direction. This is what I'm looking for. Oh, we're here. I want him to roll as far away from this arm as possible, so you're gonna roll over that shoulder. Exactly, like that. That's where I wanna guide him, because he has no recourse, he has no option. He doesn't have a hand to post, okay? You wanna keep him away from the side where he's gonna post his hand, okay? Okay. Go on me. So he's gonna enter, boom, and I'm gonna go straight over this shoulder, just like that, okay? And as you start to feel like the route your partner's taking when you're under there, then tell them like, okay, wait a second, let me see if I can push you in that direction with my feet and use my arms. And then you guys are gonna eventually get to a point where you don't need your partner to roll for you, okay? So enter, create as much twist as you can, get your head as close to his foot as you can, and have all that tension coiled up and ready, and then your partner's gonna feel where they're vulnerable and just shoulder roll over, okay? You guys got it? All right, we're gonna watch you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right, what are your questions? You guys have questions? You felt it a little bit? Yes?
So your leading foot, you're not really moving it, you're just rotating it as it comes under, correct? You're not like moving it close.
Yeah, the first foot doesn't move at all. The first foot doesn't move at all. The only situation where this foot would move is if I was really far from this leg and I needed to take a step to get to it. So say like he had that leg back, like this, like he was in like a different stance here. He has his left hand on the collar, and he has his other leg back. Then I take a step to get close, but it's just to put me in the same position that I was in that we're practicing right here. So this is the ideal situation where my right leg is in front of his right leg, and I'm really, really close to falling underneath. But other than that, it doesn't move, other than to get into that situation. So I saw some of you guys are like, you're pumping, and then you're taking a step. Any extra step you add to this is gonna telegraph it, okay? It's gonna telegraph it. It's like if you're a boxer, and instead of just like, boom, hitting your cross, you like, boom, like that. They're gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, I know what you're gonna do. You don't wanna telegraph it. You just wanna hit it with as few movements as possible, okay? So it's important you try to take out all these extra steps. That's why you have to distill it down. Okay, so now you guys are going to do the finish unassisted. I want to talk about the finish a little bit more, getting them over, and then pulling yourself on top. Okay. Once I get here and I create this twist, I'm twisting. My hand on the collar is really encouraging him to go this way. So I'm saying like turn a big truck tire, but really this hand is pulling him forward, and this hand is hiding his arm and creating that twist. Okay, so you should be pulling him forward with this arm, and then when I'm ready to execute, I bring my other foot in on the ribs, and I help dump him over, okay? Once he dumps, stay right there please. Once he dumps, before his body even hits the floor, I need to be doing this, but what I'm doing is essentially the back roll we do like as kids or in jiu-jitsu warm-up, we just do this. Like that, here, or go to our knees, like that. I'm gonna do that and extend my leg across his body, like this, okay? Look, I'm doing my back roll and my leg's going across his body, almost like if I was gonna come on top and try to underhook him. I'm doing that with the length of my leg and the weight of my leg, okay? And the reason this is gonna be easy is because I'm not just back rolling, but I'm using the grips, you can say. I'm using the grips, lay on your back, to pull me into it. So I'm pulling myself into this position, okay? And now as you come on top, because you have a tricep grip already, it's a nice time to turn your leg in and just start to attack the arm bar right away. Bam. This is like the perfect follow-up for this attack. You'll get the arm bar exposed a lot because it creates all this movement and chaos, and you have a tricep grip, okay? So wherever he goes, you're gonna be able to latch onto the arm, okay? So you guys are gonna be finishing. You're focusing on two things right now. Make sure you get all the way under him and bring this arm behind your leg to create that twist. See how close his shoulder is going towards his knee? And then the hand on the collar's helping guide him over. And then you're extending your leg that's on the belly. See that? Right there. And then I'm helping with my other leg here. Like that. And then I'm pulling myself on top, covering with my leg. And then look, I'm just turning directly into an S-mount. Like this. Bam. Like that. Okay? All the way through. It's cool, right? Yes.
You like to have a higher collar grip when you're doing this?
Yeah, I always like to have a high collar grip. But if you look at the control you need to like pull him and twist him, this is really, really nice. Like, this is the perfect spot to get the most control to turn and pull him. If I grab really high, it doesn't quite do the same. This is great for breaking his posture, pulling him in, not so good for rotating. And if it's too low, it doesn't quite like control his shoulders enough. So I grab right here, and then I was taught to grab right here, and I really like this grip on the bicep for the Tomonagi because you can hide their arm from posting, and you can pull them out really effectively like this, okay? So now you guys are gonna practice this live. Partner who's having it done to you, be ready. You just did a bunch of forward rolls and gave it to them. You don't have to give it to them now, but you know where you're gonna be landing now. Okay, so you can safely just tuck your chin and take the fall, okay? Any other questions? All right, back and forth now, 2 and 2. 1, 2, 3.